as my business gets to a point that it then begins to make £5,000 a month, that's when I would bring in my first team member who's now going to go out there and do that activity for me. This is exactly how I would start again if I had just £500 and a van. My name's Tommy. I started and founded Tommy Courier Services, and I've scaled my business from 0 to multiple 6 figures a year. And today I'm going to tell you what I would do if I had just a van and £500 to my name. So without further ado, let's get into this and let me explain to you the 3 steps that I would follow to go out there and make my business a success if I had just £500. For the sake of this video, let's just pretend I've got my van and all my insurance and everything is set up, okay? But I only have £500. So the first thing I would do is I would go out there and I would begin to visit businesses, okay? I would probably spend somewhere between £50 to £100 on getting leaflets, flyers and business cards created. From there, what I would then do is I would go and visit businesses. But when I would visit the businesses, I wouldn't just go and give them a business card and walk off. No, I would walk into the businesses which I know use couriers. Okay, so it could be an engineering company, it could be a printing company, it could be a medical supplies company, but I would actually go and visit these businesses. And when I walk in there, I would say, hey, is it possible to please speak to the transport manager? I have something that I need to speak to them about. And I would say, look, my name's Tommy, I run a courier service in the local area. You know, here's my business card, I'd really look forward to doing some work together someday. You know, and I'd give them a whole little script that I would pre-write about what my service offers and so on and so forth. And then usually they would say, oh yeah, cool, I'll take the business card, cheers, thanks for that, goodbye. Okay, but because I've now spoke to the transport manager, I've got a name, I've got a contact. So what I'm then gonna do is I'm then gonna follow up, right? I'm gonna follow up with emails and phone calls so they don't forget me, so they remember me, and then eventually book a job with me. But I'm not just gonna do this with one business. I'm gonna visit multiple businesses every single day and continue with this process to get some jobs. Okay, and then from there, I'd start to get some jobs, okay? And then from there, I would scale it and grow it and, you know, bring on more people, bring on more team. And then as my business gets to a point that it then begins to make £5,000 a month, that's when I would bring in my first team member who's now going to go out there and do that activity for me. So in terms of where I would spend the £500, I would spend the first £100, like I said, on the business cards, the leaflets, the flyers, you know, things like this. The next £200, I would keep in the bank for expenses like fuel and everything like that. It's a very tight budget, but that would probably get me by for maybe the first week. And I would make sure all my invoices are 7 days payment so that people pay me fast so I can get the money into the business, okay? And that's basically what I would do with it. That would then leave me with £200 left over where I could invest as and where I see fit. But it's definitely possible to do with £500, you know, and then from there, you can pretty much get customers for free. It's gonna cost you £100 to get the leaflets, the flyers, the business cards. And then from there, you go out there, you start to make deliveries and you begin to make money as a courier. But that's the process I would follow. That's how I would go out there and do it. If you guys would do it a different way, let me know in the comments below. But if not, then I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.